What's going on, Island Hoppers? Today we are coming to you from Chicagoland, the Windy City. Let's do it. In this tour of Chicago, Illinois, we're going to show you guys around the 360 observation deck. We're going to go down to some of the museums because we all know Chicago has some of the best museums in all the country. Go down to the Riverfront. We're going to eat some really good Chicago deep dish pizza, the real deal from Giordano's. We're also going to get a Chicago dog. There's a lot to see in this Chicago travel guide, so let's get into it. The city of Chicago is actually the third largest city in America and the metro area with 9.5 million people. The city itself has 2.6 million, so it's the number 3 largest city in America behind New York City and Los Angeles. All right, here we are on Michigan Avenue. Right here you can see it's a really popular roadway here in Chicago. This is the Magnificent Mile if you walk this way. Bunch of shops, some restaurants, but mostly shopping. Michigan Avenue is like the 5th Avenue of New York City or Rodeo Drive of Los Angeles. This is where all the high-end shops are, restaurants. This is where you want to go if you got big money. Or you can just people watch. There's a lot of cool things you'll see on Michigan Avenue. And one of the other things you'll actually want to do is take a car and just drive down Michigan Avenue, because if you like taking videos, you can get some pretty cool shots going up and down here, especially when you cross the riverfront. So Michigan Avenue, that's what you're looking at right here. They also have the John Hancock Center, which we'll be going to the top of that building here shortly. Also, if you guys enjoy virtual tours like this and you want to see some other videos, check our channel, subscribe to this channel, and consider liking the video as we continue to show you guys around the Chicagoland area. In case you're wondering where Chicago gets its name, it actually was supposedly created by the Native Americans with a French influence, because the French were here, and Chicago actually represented the garlic that came out of the ground here, but it really meant smelly onion. So there's a couple different conflicts about where the name exactly came from. Chicago, different dialects, but Chicago, supposedly, best one that I could come up with, stinky garlic, stinky onion. Here we are at Huron and Fairbanks. This here is the Northwestern University Medical Campus. Right here at Northwestern, they rank top in the country for 11 different specialties, as you can see right here. All right, when you're in Chicago and you want to go to Navy Pier, you can actually take this underground pathway right here. You can see Underpass, Lakefront, Ohio Street Beach, and Navy Pier. Let's go. Here we are at one of Chicago's beaches right here on Lake Michigan. For those of you who do not know, Chicago does have deep blue water, that color blue, that is only second to the Caribbean blue. So they do get that Gatorade colored water right here in Lake Michigan. You can see the beach and the skyline. Beautiful oceanfront, beachfront, lakefront property right there. Yeah, so when you're in Chicago, come down to Navy Pier on a hot day, swim in this here with the kids, the water fountains. But they have more than just water fountains down here. You can see they have a children's museum and a Ferris wheel, which we'll be taking a look at here in a moment. Nowadays, Navy Pier is used as a recreational facility with the indoor garden and the Ferris wheel. But when it was originally built in 1916, it was an industrial pier, and then eventually taken over by the U.S. Navy in 1941. It became a training center. As you guys know, Lake Michigan is not the ocean, so why would the Navy use this facility? Because it was in the middle of the country. It was a good place to do some training. Anyways, Navy Pier nowadays, recreational area. Here we go, guys. The pricing: Centennial Wheel, $18 for adults, $15 for children. You can see they also have the prices for other things like a carousel, $5. Navy Pier really is a place to bring the kids with the merry-go-round, the Ferris wheel, and a couple other rides here. You can also get a ferry that will take you around Lake Michigan just out of this area here. But anyway, what we're going to do now is show you what it looks like on the Ferris wheel. For those of you who want to try and go on that Ferris wheel, this is what the ride's going to look like with the panoramic views and all that. It's okay. It's not the best, Ferris wheel in the country, but definitely you can get some views out here. If you guys are enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to Island Hopper TV and hitting the like button as we continue to show you guys around Chicago. After you guys have ridden some rides and you guys want to take in a show, head over to the Shakespeare Theater. There are a couple bars and restaurants that are on Navy Pier that are getting ready to open up. You're heading into the summer. That will add to the ambiance and the outdoor environment that you're really seeking. At one point in time, Chicago was actually the 5th largest city in the world. In 1871, they had a fire. 30 years later, it was the 5th largest city in the world at the turn of the century. So lots of people moved here. Reason why? It was a connection to the Atlantic Ocean with the Great Lakes and the rivers, as well as the connection to the Mississippi River going down to the Gulf. So that was the big thing that made Chicago right in the middle of it all for steel industry, for iron, for lumber. There was a big industrial boom that happened right here in Chicago. After you head over to Navy Pier, you can go down just by North Lakeshore Drive on Lakefront Trail here. People ride their bikes, they walk, they jog, whatever you want to do. Great walk right along Lake Michigan near Ohio Street Beach. Guys, here we are at the John Hancock Center. You can see the 360-degree observation deck. Let's go up there. Wow, look at this Chicago fire, the damage right here, as you can see right here in this picture. So you can see this is the John Hancock Center. Building facts, 1965, took 4 years to build, completed in 1969. 100 stories tall, height 1,130 feet, which is at the height we're at right now. But if you include the antenna, 1,510 feet. You see the elevator travels 2 floors per second, just about 20 miles per hour. Here we are at Snickers. I've got a beer and some shawarma, some Greek. Here we are at Millenium Park, right off of Michigan Avenue. This is called the Crowd Fountain. This sculpture behind me here is called the Cloud Gate. All right, here's some unique facts about Chicago. It has more bridges than any other city in the United States. That means when you're going over the riverfront, you're gonna see a lot of bridges. Also, you know Gotham from Batman? That was inspired by Chicago. The architecture in Chicago at the time when it was built was very unique and revolutionary. But you could see these lamps that are still here make Michigan Avenue look really cool. We're gonna go down to the waterfront and show you guys what it looks like down there too. Let's talk safety in Chicago. How safe is it to walk around downtown? So as you know, people have said the media makes Chicago seem dangerous, unsafe. Well, walking around downtown, around Millenium Park, around Navy Pier, around downtown here on Michigan Avenue, or even here on LaSalle. I would say overall the feeling is safe, especially in the daytime. Now, as it gets later into the evening, I'm not going to sit here and say it's the safest place to be in a dark alleyway in downtown Chicago, but overall you get the feeling that it's safe. Don't be like thinking you're going to get murked or something's going to happen to you if you come to Chicago. What do you guys say we go inside this Nutella and see what they got?
All right. Sorry to bother you, bro. Just asking.
Here we have a Danish from Nutella. All right, here we are at the Riverwalk. We're gonna go down and check it out. Remember earlier when I told you that Chicago has more bridges than any other city? Just look, you have some over here and over here. So as you guys know, in the Midwest, they grow corn. Remember Iowa had the Field of Dreams? This building right here looks like corn on the cob, doesn't it? It looks like a corn stalk. Walking around Chicago, you really get a feeling this is a forest of buildings. I mean, it's like a concrete forest. Everywhere you look is skyscrapers. It's almost comparable to Manhattan. I mean, Manhattan and Chicago, the energy, the feeling you get in the downtown area, very similar. And in some regards, the riverfront and some of the other aspects that the lake brings into play might even make it more interesting than Manhattan. You know, when it comes to food, Chicago's known for its pizzas, especially deep dish pizza. Also, Chicago hot dogs. But it's funny because I'm walking around downtown here and I haven't seen a single pizza parlor, pizza joint, or a place to get a Chicago hot dog. But I found a place to get some shawarma, as you saw earlier in the video. But hey, I'm on the hunt right now for pizza. Also, guess who was the founding father of this city? An African American from Haiti. His name was John Baptiste Point du Sabot. He was born in 1745. In 1818, he married a Native American, and he was the first person to do a long-term inhabitation of the Chicagoland area. Here we are at the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago. So now you know there is a Federal Reserve right here in Chicago, right next to the Chicago Board of Trade. So as you guys know, there was a great deal of immigration from Europe that ended up here in Chicago, which led to that population boom. They came from Poland, they came from Ireland, they came from Italy, other parts of Europe. It was really a population boom, but the immigrants from Europe really built this place up. They also have a Chinatown. Here's Chicago style. We got mushroom, green pepper, onions, pepperoni. When you come to Chicago, you can also go to the Art Institute of Chicago's museum. They have Monet, some Van Gogh works right here. Here we are at Buckingham Fountain. If you guys walk right over here, you can see this is actually considered one of the best mountains in all of North America, right here. All right, guys, when you come to Chicago, you can come right here to the Shed Aquarium. And here we are, way out on this peninsula right here at the Alder Planetarium. You can spend half a day when it's open. Right now it's undergoing a renovation. Hey guys, we finally found a place to get a Chicago dog. We'll see how good it is. It's right here at this booth next to the planetarium. All right, I got a Chicago dog. Onions, mustard mayo, tomatoes, pickle, sesame bun. Here's another beach out here on Northwesterly Island. This right here is called the 12th Street Beach. All right, football fans, if you look way across the marina here, you can see Soldier Field. That's where the Chicago Bears, that's where they play football. Now, if you love the history of planet Earth and you like museums, you're going to want to come right here to the Field Museum right here in Chicago on the lakeside. And let me tell you what they have in here. The world's largest Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton. For those of you who do not know, Chicago is actually built on stilts in some areas, so it's elevated. If we go down here, you'll see just how elevated the city is. Yeah, so as you can see down here, they have an underground city, but it's also Millenium Station just below Michigan Avenue. But just remember, Chicago is built on stilts in some areas. You can see underground Chicago right here, just below Michigan Avenue.
This is the last stop. You're definitely flying through Island train, boarding on track 6.
The Pedway here in Chicago, known as the pedestrian walkway, is an underground tunnel system in the Chicago metro area. All right, so here we are at the Museum of Industry and Science here in Chicago. A great museum to bring the kids if you want to get their industrial revolution kind of mentality installed in them right here. This is great for getting your kids excited to work. They also have an exhibit about the U-505 submarine. Yeah, so they have a really cool space exhibit in here with some of the old space equipment, Apollo, and all sorts of cool space history. Here's some extraordinary products created here in the United States. You can see the typewriters Got some technology there, and these locks. That one there, interestingly enough, stops at the year 2039. Why do they do that? Yeah, so overall, I would say this is a really good museum to bring the kids. Go onto their website, the Lincoln Park Zoo website, and make a reservation. So it is free. It really is. You just go on the website, make a reservation, the date and time you're going to be here, and want to bring. I did that here at the site though, so I didn't even book before I showed up. I was able to do it here right now at the zoo. This here Lincoln Park, named after Abraham Lincoln, on the lake side of Lake Michigan. There's quite a few activities that you can do around here: conservations, botanical gardens, monuments, the zoo. So be sure to check out Lincoln Park. It's north of downtown. Ocean Prime in Chicago, right across from the Trump Tower. We got East Coast, West Coast oysters. So I ended up getting shrimp scampi with the bone-in, I think it's filet, and lobster potatoes. I'm just taking the advice of the server, and I said, what the heck, why not? I'm sitting across the street from Trump Tower, so I said, why not?